Hello and a massive welcome to all you Year 5 and 6 students. Today, we are exploring a real mystery. How exactly did ancient Egypt become one of the most spectacular, powerful, and longest-lasting civilizations the world has ever seen? Well, let's dive right into this explainer and find out. Now, to truly understand Egypt, we've got to get our heads around just how incredibly old it really is. Think about this. The British Empire? That lasted about 400 years. The mighty Roman Empire? Around 1,000 years. But ancient Egypt? It lasted an absolutely mind-boggling 3,000 years. Just let that epic scale land for a second. By the time Julius Caesar visited Egypt in 48 BC, Egyptian civilization was already older than Rome is today. Think about that. Rome was young when Egypt was already ancient history. So, what was their secret? Well, it all comes down to the extreme geography of Northeast Africa. Picture this: vast, empty, burning deserts stretching out to the horizon in literally every direction. You've got the Sahara to the west, the Sinai to the east, but cutting straight through the middle of all that impossible, hot sand is the River Nile. It's literally a ribbon of life running right through a world of desert. This extreme landscape completely shaped how the ancient Egyptians saw their world. I mean, the Nile literally made Egypt. Without it, there are no pyramids, no pharaohs, nothing. They actually called the fertile land right along the river the Black Land, or Kemet, because of this dark, super rich soil left behind by the river's floods. That's where they did all their farming. And they called the desert on either side the Red Land, or Deshret, which was a dangerous, totally empty place of death. Now, this river geography creates a really fun little puzzle. If you look at a map, you'll notice Upper Egypt is down in the south, and Lower Egypt is up in the north, which sounds completely backwards, right? But it actually makes perfect sense when you follow the river. See, the Nile flows northwards, down from the mountains of Central Africa, straight to the sea. So Upper Egypt is simply upstream in the south, and Lower Egypt is downstream in the north. All right, so how does this turn into a massive empire? Well, before 3100 BC, Upper and Lower Egypt were totally separate kingdoms. Upper Egypt had this white crown, and Lower Egypt had a red crown. But then, around 3100 BC, a super powerful ruler named King Narmer brought them together. He actually combined the crowns, wearing both together as the Baishent, the double crown. And with that one momentous event, ancient Egypt as a single, monumental civilization was officially born. Historians, or Egyptologists, divide this massive 3,000-year history into three main periods. First up, the Old Kingdom. This was roughly 2686 to 2181 BC, and it was the age of the Great Pyramids. Then comes the Middle Kingdom, from 2055 to 1650 BC, which was a time of huge expansion. And finally, the New Kingdom, from 1550 to 1070 BC. This was the age of the empire, the time of famous rulers like Ramesses the Great. There were some wobbly, unstable gaps between them, but those are the three main eras you really need to know. Which brings us to our really big question. Why on earth did Egypt last so remarkably long? The answer? Geography. Those vast deserts, the Mediterranean Sea to the north, and the rocky cataracts of the river down south acted like a massive natural defense system. Enemies simply couldn't cross those burning, waterless distances to attack them. Because geography protected absolutely everything, the pharaohs could enjoy remarkable stability. They could focus on building, farming, and making art, instead of constantly fighting wars. Section 1. Interesting facts. Okay, get ready because this is going to blow your mind. Cleopatra is one of the most famous ancient Egyptians, right? But she lived roughly 2,500 years after the Great Pyramid of Giza was built. Today, we're only about 2,050 years after Cleopatra. Let that sink in nice and slow. Cleopatra is actually closer in time to us today, sitting here right now, than she was to the building of the Great Pyramid. Ancient Egypt's history was ancient even to the ancient Egyptians. How wild is that? And how about this one? In ancient Egypt, cats were incredibly sacred animals, connected to the goddess Bastet. Harming a cat, even entirely by accident, was a crime punishable by death. And if a family's pet cat died, the entire family would actually shave off their eyebrows as a sign of mourning. They didn't just like cats, they literally worshipped them. Which means if you were a rat living in ancient Egypt, yeah, that was very, very bad news for you. Section 2. Knowledge check. Test your memory. I'm going to ask 5 questions. You have exactly 4 seconds to shout the answer at the screen before I reveal it. Let's play. Question 1. Approximately how long did ancient Egyptian civilization last? A. About 500 years. B. About 1,000 years. C. Approximately 3,000 years.
Or D, about 200 years? 4, 3, 2, 1.
Correct. The answer is C, approximately 3,000 years. It lasted all the way from King Narmer in 3100 BC right up to the Roman conquest in 30 BC.
Question 2. Why does it seem confusing that Upper Egypt is in the south and Lower Egypt is in the north? A, because Egyptian maps were upside down. B, because it is based on the direction the Nile flows. C, because the Egyptians made a mistake. Or D, because it isn't confusing at all. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Correct. It's B, because it is based on the direction the Nile flows. Upper simply means upstream in the south, and lower means downstream in the north. Question 3. What were the 3 main periods of ancient Egyptian history called? A. Early, Classic, and Late Egypt. B. The Old Kingdom, the Middle Kingdom, and the New Kingdom. C. Ancient, Medieval, and Modern Egypt. Or D. The Pyramid Age, the Pharaoh's Age, and the Temple Age. 4, 3, 2, 1. Correct. It is B. Fantastic memory on how Egyptologists divide that massive timeline into the Old, Middle, and New Kingdoms. Question 4. What did the Egyptians call the fertile black soil land along the Nile? A. The Red Land or Deshret. B. The Green Land or Sahara. C. The Black Land or Kemet. Or D. The Gold Land or Nubia. 4, 3, 2, 1. Correct. Answer C. They called it the Black Land, or Kemet, reminding us of that dark, rich soil left by the annual river floods. Question 5. What was the main geographical reason ancient Egypt lasted so long? A. Because they had the best army. B. Because the Nile flooded so often enemies couldn't cross. C. Because Egypt was naturally protected by desert on most sides. Or D. Because Egyptian pharaohs were too powerful. 4, 3, 2, 1. Correct. It's C. Those enormous, waterless distances made invasion almost impossible, naturally protecting them for millennia. You did brilliantly. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a provocative thought to really ponder. Next time, we are going to explore why was the River Nile so incredibly important. Just imagine, without that single river, the magnificent civilization of ancient Egypt simply wouldn't exist at all. I'll see you next time.